Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. First of all, I apologize for the less than perfect conditions of me recording this video, but there's nothing I can do about it. Today we're going to be recording and talking about the +81 cipher on Zetsubou No Shima. It's been fully solved, we've got the full message, I'll give it to you now, then I'll talk about a little bit about what it means, and then I'll talk about how we actually solved it, okay? So the message itself, thanks to Doppelganger, is: of the 4 test subjects highlighted in Report 44, one of the brothers has died before we could reach him in the battle. The other is still at large in the city. So, what does that mean? Well, this whole sort of angle, right, with a city suddenly coming into things, with brothers as well, it's very much pointing us towards DLC 3, which is going to be Nikolai's map. Nikolai is obviously the last of the 4 1.0s that needs to be taken out, assuming that Takeo gets taken out in Zetsubou No Shima, which I think is quite likely at this point. Unless something crazy happens and there's a big twist, that should be what we have on the cards. So, DLC 3 is Nikolai's map, right? And from the Shadows of Evil secret scrap, we can make guesses at the fact that because we got Pompeii right, and we got Hohenwerfen Castle right, there's a good chance that that third map is going to be in Volgograd, which obviously during World War II was Stalingrad, the location of the Great Battle of Stalingrad, which is really well documented and was a really bloody and just nasty battle, right? So that's DLC 3. There's a good chance that that is the city that is being referred to here. So when they're talking about brothers in the city, that's what they mean. It is interesting that they're talking about test subjects, because obviously we have so many references to test subjects in the lore that we know with the 1.0s. They are the 4 test subjects, but this specifically is saying that one of the brothers has died before we could reach him in the battle. So it's making it sound, to me at least, like these are a different set of test subjects, I assume, and they're actually a group that are being, or trying to be reached by whoever is writing this report in the Battle of Stalingrad. And they're saying that one of the brothers has died, it's unfortunate, but it's happened, the Battle of Stalingrad takes no prisoners, that's just the way it is. The others still being at large in the city might mean that in other ciphers that we get from Zetsubou No Shima, we might start seeing little hints here and there of maybe their own ramblings about things, or them explaining who they are, them giving a little sort of exposition on what they think about what's going on. All of that sort of stuff is very much possible. Now then, onto how we cracked the cipher. This is a really fun one in my opinion. So essentially, the first thing you notice about the cipher is that it says +81, right? That's pretty straightforward stuff. Normally we might think, okay, that's a key, but in this case, it's not a key, it's a hint. It's specifically a hint towards the fact that +81 is the Japanese area code, right? So if you have, like, the UK, for example, and you're in the US and you want to phone into the UK, you need to use the UK's area code, which is +44. In this case, +81 is Japan's area code. So straight away, in our heads, we're thinking, okay, telephones, interesting, what's going on here? Then, I noticed there's no 1s and there's no 0s in the whole message, right? There's 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, but no 0s and no 1s, which is really, really important. It occurred to me that if you have a regular phone keypad and you're thinking about where the letters are located on that keypad, on 0, there aren't any letters. On 1, there aren't any letters, but on 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, etc., there are letters. So 2 is A, B, C, 3 is D, E, F, etc. So that piece of information, combined with the hint, was really suggesting that we needed to use a phone keypad in order to actually solve this thing. I came to those conclusions that I've just mentioned with Water KH and Certain Personio, and then Tristan, or Doppelganger, went the actual extra distance and solved the damn thing, and his method was as follows, right? It's essentially a brute force. He had potential letters for every single number, so the number 2 could be an A, a B, or a C. And by just writing out all the possible options for all the possible letters, he could slowly but surely make educated guesses about what he was doing there and saying, okay, well, this could be an O, and then the next letter could be an F, but then it could also be a G, for example, and so he'd have to sort of say, okay, well, of is a word, so I'll go with that for now. And then he was helped by the fact that there are dashes which show you where certain words end. So not every word is blocked off and bracketed by a dash by any means. But with some words, if you're unsure of where the word ends and you're trying to figure it out, and you might have like THE, for example, if the word is the, then you're fine. And then you could have a bracket, you could have a dash there, and that would sort your problem out, and you'd know that that was the end of the word. But if there's no dash, you in your head could be thinking, okay, maybe this is these, or there, or something like that. So you see the issue which the lack of brackets, or rather lack of dashes, would cause if that was what we were given, but thankfully, Triarch were kind to us, and they didn't give us all the dashes we needed. They didn't break up every word into individual words, but they gave us enough to make it crackable while still being a fun, sort of intellectual little challenge. So, thanks for watching, guys. That is how the plus 81 cipher was solved. We went through the whole thing, Tristan went through the whole thing, wrote it all out, picked out the right words. As such, because of the methodology that he used, there is a possibility that some of those words are slightly wrong, because at the end of the day, that's what happens when you're making educated guesses about the nature of the plaintext. We had to do the same thing. I did it personally myself with the origins codes, and nobody fact-checked me for 2 years until I fact-checked myself and realized I'd made one tiny little mistake in those codes. So it just goes to show that these things are not completely concrete, but using the current methods that we have available to us, this is what the message says. I'll go over it one more time and then wrap things up. Of the 4 test subjects highlighted in report 44, one of the brothers has died before we could reach him in the battle. The others are still at large in the city. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been MrRoflWaffles. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. That would be smashing. If you haven't enjoyed it, let me know why in the comment section down below, and I'll be posting loads more ciphers very, very soon. I can't wait to explore it all with you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.